Hi, I'm Alexandra Ellis, creator of AE Wellness, and I am here today to share with you my favorite way to practice hip mobility. It's called the 90-90 stretch, and it's really simple. So 90-90 refers to the angles of your joints. So the knee is bent at 90, the hip is flexed at 90, and this back knee is flexed at 90, and this hip is extended, not really to 90, but close-ish. So what you get is similar to a pigeon pose in the front leg, what the yogis would call. And then in the back leg is the hip range of motion that I am confident you are not exploring, which is internal rotation with a touch of extension. So for some of you, just being in this position already is going to be excruciating. Things you can do is you can put something underneath your hip to kind of build yourself up. That'll lessen the intensity of the stretch, or just hang out here. I really encourage you to spend less time sitting on your couch when you're enjoying TV and sit on the floor. And you can do something like the 90-90 stretch. So, but it's not completely passive. What you'll do is maintain the most neutral position of your spine as you can. So that just means that your rib cage and pelvis stay as close to on top of one another as they can. And then you'll see how far you can hinge yourself forward without the back leg or the front leg changing positions. So you can spend some time here hanging out. That's one option. And then you'll also back yourself up to the center and turn yourself towards this back leg. Now I'm noticing that my knee is kind of creeped forward, so I'm actually going to move it back so it's pointing directly out to the side. Now turn yourself towards this leg and see if you can lean into the stretch at all. Again, for some of you, this might not be possible. This is something you work up to. That's totally cool. If you find that your spine is turning into a little bit of a gremlin, back off and just stay here at the center. So you can lean forward, then you can also lean back, and this is where the real fun starts to happen. So from this position, if you contract and relax your buttocks, it'll create some motion in the hip and pelvis so that you can really look at mobility all the way around this back hip socket. So there's something to do for, we'll say 10 times, just squeezing the buttocks, letting it go. So I'm getting a tilt of the pelvis with a little bit of additional rotation here in the femur head. But there's more, just wait. So then you'll point the back toe, and then this back knee is actually going to pick up off the floor and lower back down. You'll notice that my front knee is trying to stay as close to the ground as possible, and I'm trying to do this hands-free. If that's not an option for you, fingertips to the ground or blocks or whatever you have. Let's go 5 times, lifting and lowering the back leg. And you might feel this awesome cramping in your buttocks and the gluteus medius. That's okay. The muscle is just not used to working in this very close, compact range of motion. Once you've done that, you'll recheck your internal rotation by leaning forward. It feels much better, I promise. And then also leaning back, trying to sink yourself into the stretch. So that's improved. I can definitely feel a difference just from that little bit of active stretching. And then we'll switch sides. So see if you can do it hands-free. So always working on functional flexibility here. Same thing on the second side. Knee is pointing forward, shin and ankle are in line, 90 degrees of bend in the front knee, 90 degrees of bend in the back knee. Everything's all set up. To recap, you'll lean forward. There's your first position. Then you'll come back to center, neutral spine the whole time. You'll turn towards the back leg and attempt to lean towards it. And then you'll also lean back. When you lean back, you'll contract and relax the buttocks, which will give you some additional movement at the hip and pelvis. And then the last piece is to point your toes just so your foot is not in the way. And then you'll lift and lower this back knee, attempting to externally rotate it from this internally rotated position. Again, you might get some cramping in the buttocks. It's okay. You'll survive, and I promise you the more that you do this, not only the easier will it become to sit in this position, but also the easier it'll become to control your hips and pelvis in this short range position. So give that a try and let me know if you are able to improve your hip range of motion for whatever it is that you want to do, whether you're an athlete or you just sit a lot or maybe a golfer, whatever. Let me know how it works down below in the comments. If you want to learn more about maximizing your performance and living pain-free in your body, check out my website at aewellness.com and stay tuned right here for more videos.